Hey there champions, what's up? Welcome to the game of the day. Today we have under 18 World Championship round 10 game between Stremavicius Pijus as white against Rozen Eytan. But this is not the end of the information you need to know. When thinking about this game, I showed it to my friend and said, looks like a good one, let's record it. And he was like, come on, I know this style. This is Schlechter's game. I was like, no dude, Schlechter was playing 130 years ago. This is the game from yesterday. And he then showed me a game of Schlechter, played so much similar, a crazy aggressive style game with lot of sacrifices, and what will happen you will see in the video. So we are going to see two games. First of all, the game of young players, and the other one game was happened in 1893, so about really 130 years ago. Let's get started. e4, c6, knight c3, d5, knight f3. This is the Caro-Kann system, and knight f3, I think this is the favorite variations of Fischer. So a lot of theories here. We are not going to dive deeply in the theories. Bishop g4, pawn h3. Bishop takes, queen takes, white's getting bishop pair advantage, black is trying to build a solid center. Knight f6, bishop e2, pawn e6, short castle. All of this is still a theory. Here black is going bishop c5, trying to prevent this d4. White is going rook d1 with the d4 ideas, and bishop d4 is again a theoretical move. Now white goes queen f4. They would like to go e5 or take and attack on the bishop. Some sort of bishop takes c3, b takes c3, importantly b pawn takes. Knight e4 isn't working so well, even though black's winning a pawn. With bishop a3, white is keeping king in the middle, preventing the castle and trying to get a compensation. Interesting positions, although in the game it has happened after queen f4, pawn to e5. Queen g3, and at this moment, as long as I checked, in the theory, there are a few moves, short castle, d takes e4. What happened in the game was knight b d7. Looks like interesting. Black is ready to sacrifice pawn on g7. White is not immediately capturing, because there is some rook g8. Even though winning a tempo, white will lose a lot. White's winning a pawn, but losing so many tempos. There could be dangerous. Let's say queen h6, black might be going queen b6, long castle, bring the pieces for the attack. So, knight b d7, white captured e d5, c d5, and plays knight b5. Now this bishop is under attack. It could be logical to think about going bishop c5 or b6. However, young player here went for aggressive move. Knight to e4. What's going on? Queen takes g7, giving up this pawn, bishop f2, and king f1. Looks like black took important pawn on f2. However, now the rook is hanging on h8, and position seems to be really complicated. If we move the rook to f8, there could be pawn d3 move attacking the knight. At this moment, when I was watching the game, I was thinking how to play. And black decided to choose a crazily active decision, queen b6. Why is it active? Because queen goes into the game with a lot of threats. But why this decision is crazy? Because now we're giving up both of our rooks. Let me mention that right now, white cannot play queen h8 check, king e7, queen takes a8. Because of knight g3 checkmate, this king on f1 is in tough conditions. That's why, at the beginning, after queen b6, white played knight d6 check. Now they are distracting either the knight or the queen. And after queen takes, queen h8 check, king e7, white captures two rooks of opponent. I was like, what? Isn't this bad? There is a logic, big logic for black's decision. In conditions when white has so much material advantage, pay attention, all of the pieces are away from the king. Now black has 1, 2, and 3 monster attackers, and playing very nice moves, black is getting a super attack on the king. Sometimes in the chess game, doesn't matter how much extra material do you have. It's way more important in which conditions is your king. Black continues now bishop to d4. Idea is to bring the queen. Queen f6, queen h4, and white king will be checkmated on f2 square. So, thinking about the checkmate through this way, white here continued a logical bishop f3 move. And that's the end. Could you pause the video now and think how to play here for black? Could you find a nice winning idea? Looks like you found it. I have such a feeling. Knight g3 check. There you go, king e1. And now any single check would be a checkmate. So we need to support our attack. Queen c5, bishop f2 is here. After pawn d3, if now we go bishop f2, there could be played some sort of king d2. If we continue queen e3, there is king c3. This should be mating as well in some variations, but could be complicated. It's way stronger after d3, just to give up the bishop. Bishop c3. It's not only giving up the piece and opening the diagonal, but also after pawn takes c3, white is losing this square for the king. So now, after queen g1 check, white's position is lost. They are being mated. King d2, queen f2, and bishop e2, queen e2 is mating. So, I've seen this mind-blowing game. I decided to record it for you. How was it? Crazy attack, double sacrifices? Let me mention a short detail here, that after queen b6, white was actually having a strong winning resource, but not very easy to find at all. Instead of distracting the queen with knight d6, white can go knight c7. And in the crucial lines after takes, king e7, queen takes a8. Black queen is not on time to get to the required squares and create the threats. For this reason, all of this is becoming messy, complicated. Black can go some sort of queen b6 ideas, trying to checkmate. White will be able to find some defensive resources already. We are not here for this. We are here to see the other game. Let me change the position. And here we go. This is the game of Fleissig against Schlechter Karol as black. White went b4. Playing this kind of openings against a chess genius may have a very big price. e6, bishop b2. We are not capturing b4 because g7 is hanging. Okay, knight f6, a3, c5. b5, d5. Black is playing very healthy chess, white is doing some really unclear actions. And here after pawn d4, Schlechter immediately goes for the punishments. Black continued queen a5 check. The goal is to aim at the pawn on b5, and if white is going knight to c3, it's already a very big pressure. I'm sorry, wrong arrow, it's already a very big pressure. Immediately Schlechter tried to use this. Knight to e4, queen d3, pawn takes d4. Black is trying to open the board, put this queen under the pressure, bring the pieces very quickly. So here happened queen d4, and okay, the fastest move is bishop c5. Who cares about pawn on g7, right? Queen takes, bishop f2 check, king d1, and here, as a regular grandmaster, I thought about, okay, rook f8 when I was watching this game for the first time. My rook is hanging right, I should defend it. I don't want to exchange these pieces. No, Schlechter was Schlechter, right? He goes t4, was the thing. First of all, the rook on h8 is hanging, so white is capturing this with the tempo. Now king e7, and here, this pawn is defended by the bishop, and the knight on e4 cannot be captured. There is queen e1 checkmate. Already seems tough. Okay, king e7, white is deciding to capture the other piece. Queen takes c8. Now if we play knight c3, bishop takes, queen takes, no mating options because the queen is here, so everything will be exchanged. If you are attacking and you suddenly exchange the queens, usually attack is getting very much weakened. For this reason, after queen c8, black's keeping the pieces, d takes c3. Now this bishop is hanging. Who even cares about pawn on b7, right? After queen b7 check, black can continue developing. Knight to d7, and if now white is capturing either the rook or let's say even the attacking knight on e4, black's here is winning. Pawn takes b2, and no matter what, on the next move we are mating 3-1 square. For this reason, after d takes c3, white is going bishop c1, keeping this defender. Okay, now seems like we need to defend this b7, right? Trying to keep the rook. Schlechter, I don't care, he says. He is now capturing, allowing white to capture the rook on 8 with knight d7 move. Take it down. Queen takes, and he just captured now queen b5. Thing is, again, white has enormous material advantage, right? But their king is in the middle, not surrounded by the pieces. Schlechter goes queen d5 and it's checkmate. White cannot go pawn e3, bishop d3, because bishop is hanging now. Queen f1 is the checkmate. How to be? Understanding that this threat is just unavoidable, white goes now bishop f4. So if queen d5 check, they go king c1. Looks like for a second white king escaped, right? So it could be not so easy. When I turned on the engine, it says like 5 lines are winning for black. Looks logical, yes, king is too weak. However, Schlechter finds 130 years ago the smoothest engine line and is winning in several moves. It's gonna be outstanding result if you can find the shortest way to checkmate. And just pause the video and make it. If you do it right, please, after the video, leave a comment so I can check out and know that we have more Schlechters among our viewers. Go for it. So, if you found the move, now you probably dropped something on the table out of emotions or something happened, because you cannot stay calm when you see here idea of bishop e3 check. Looks like how this bishop was preventing our attack. Why are we getting rid of this? Bishop takes e3. Now knight f2. Black wants simplest queen d1 checkmate. What's the thing, guys? If now white is capturing, they are mated again. Queen d2 check, king b1, queen d1 check, king a2, and queen c2 is mating. White is having an extra rook, bishops, and the other rook. 2 rooks and 2 bishops, but they are checkmated. And the same after knight f2. In the game, white went king b1 and resigned after queen b5 check. Now, no matter where white king is going, to a2, or let's say king to c1, queen b2 is the mating move here, not defense the square on d1. So, this is Schlechter. Imagine how much I was surprised when showing the other game to my friend. I've seen this game. I was like, come on, it's like a same player. So this remains a secret whether the young player learned from Schlechter or this is just another talent, but I personally enjoyed to see these games together a lot. Thank you for watching. GM Gabuzyan was here with you, and see you next time.